G'day, this is Ray. Welcome to another, hopefully beneficial, video about living in Thailand. It's not only jet ski and motorbike rentals, the drunk bill scam, tuk-tuk scams, and Royal Palace tour scammers of all kinds. Today I want to caution you about the influx of scammers selling products online. There is a happy ending, so stay with me. Facebook Marketplace and group pages have many scammers. If you can't see and collect what you are buying, don't buy it. In this video, I have to confess being stupid on two of the scams I got snagged by, and the other on Shopee was a screwing. So now, at the risk of losing a lot of face, let me tell you about a few experiences I've had over the last 6 months. I recently got scammed out of 200 baht buying herbs for my diabetes on Facebook Marketplace. The price advertised was 200 per bottle, but the seller said there was a 5-bottle minimum order. I refused that because I wanted to try the product first, and ultimately he agreed to a 200 baht purchase. Bottom line, I got nothing. Another time, earlier on a Facebook group page, I saw a fridge I wanted to buy, but the man said he had other buyers and would not hold it unless I paid a deposit of 3,000 baht. I argued with him and stupidly paid 1,000 baht and got a pinned Google map from the seller. When I arrived at the location, it was an empty lot. I called the seller many times to ask where he was and got no answer. I sent a message on Facebook, but the seller's page had been deleted. Hey folks, a subscribe and a like would be much appreciated, and to be notified when new videos are posted, be sure to click on that notification bell. Most recently, I bought a 4 terabyte Seagate disk drive on Shopee. When the drive arrived, it was corrupting any large file I copied to it. Documents were okay, but 1 gigabyte videos were ruined. I messaged the seller 4 days in a row and got no reply. Then I messaged him telling him I thought he was selling fake merchandise, and he immediately blocked me. Then I opened the disk drive and found it contained a tiny USB and 5 large nuts to give it weight. I contacted Shopee to return the product, and even though I sent photos of the drive and copies of my attempted communications with the seller, they refused to allow me to return my product because I had passed the 7-day return period. I protested, telling Shopee this was not a faulty product, this was a fake product, and still I was refused a refund. From this, I can only assume Shopee's support of sellers that sell fake products outweighs their duty to protect their customers. I'll never buy from Shopee again. Lazada, in my experience, is better. I've probably made at least 100 purchases on Lazada, and anytime something was not right, except for one occasion when I had to do battle, my experience has been positive. On that occasion, I had purchased a 14,000 baht fully automatic coffee machine that stopped functioning properly after 1 week. I returned the machine to the seller, who said he would check it. He said the machine was working properly, even though it no longer foamed the milk. To make a long story short, I was beyond the return period, but I contacted Lazada to try to return the coffee machine. The seller refused, saying there was nothing wrong with the machine, and I was initially refused the return. I protested and sent them videos showing my machine making a latte and a video from the manufacturer showing how the machine should work, along with copies of my messages to the seller, and Lazada agreed that I was sold junk and refunded my money. Dealing with Facebook group and Facebook Marketplace scammers is easy. Don't buy anything from these people unless you can see it and collect it. Lazada and Shopee is different because you're dealing with a seller hiding behind a big company. From my experience, Shopee is the hardest to deal with if you buy something online and have a problem. I suggest you buy from Lazada. Now for the promised happy ending. I went to get my car repaired the other day, and while waiting I visited a coffee shop next door. Soon a homeless person sat down with a meagre amount of food, and I gave him 100 baht. When my car was ready, I went to get it, and a few minutes later the homeless guy tapped me on the shoulder and gave me my wallet that I had apparently dropped when leaving the coffee shop. The wallet had about 6,000 in it, and he did not touch it. Needless to say, I gave him another 200 baht. There are more decent people in Thailand than there are scammers. Okay folks, that's it for this time. As always, I'm interested to hear your experiences and opinions, so pop those in the comments, but hold off on telling me how stupid I was. Be sure to give us a like and subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell.